Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My apologies for interrupting your conversations. I'll do my best so that you can get back to those conversations as quickly as possible. My name is Ken Alexo, and I serve as NJIT's Vice President for Development and Alumni Relations. I am truly delighted to welcome all of you today to the 35th Annual Scholarship Brunch. As so many of you already know, this yearly event is an opportunity to celebrate the university's generous scholarship benefactors and the talented and hardworking students who directly benefit from their incredible support. I thank you all for being with us today. In addition to recognizing the generosity of NJIT scholarship donors, we are also honored to extend our gratitude to President Lim for identifying scholarship support as one of the leading philanthropic priorities of his tenure. In 2022, Dr. Lim led the establishment of NJIT's Highlander Promise Scholarship Program, which strives to deepen the university's efforts to expand access to and to maintain the affordability of a rigorous, STEM-focused, and career-relevant NJIT education for all deserving students, regardless of their background. Given the rising costs associated with public polytechnic universities like NJIT and the continued decline, or at least flatlining, of state funding, many of our students would find it exceedingly difficult to cover their expenses were it not for the support that they receive from donor-initiated and donor-funded scholarships. This is especially relevant given that approximately 80% of NJIT undergraduates and more than 90% of our first-year students receive some form of financial aid. For the current academic year, in fact, over $40 million in assistance has been awarded to NJIT students. Much of this support is made possible by the donors who are with us here today, as well as those who are joining us online. The scholarships funded by alumni and friends like you help ensure that students with the talent and the drive to succeed have the opportunity to pursue a valuable NJIT degree, regardless of their and their families' financial circumstances. To those of you who have established a scholarship at NJIT, I hope you are proud of what you are helping us accomplish, and I hope you know how grateful we are for your support. On behalf of the students here today and the entire university community, I thank you for your generosity and especially for the example that you set for the rest of us. To the students in the room, I congratulate you on your many accomplishments here at NJIT. I also ask that you remember this brunch after you graduate. Remember the difference that scholarship support made to you and your family, and when the time is right and the circumstances are right, I hope you will consider paying it forward with a gift to support future generations of students just like you. To start this afternoon's program in earnest, it is now my pleasure to introduce NJIT's president, Dr. Taek-Si Lim. As our university's 9th president, Dr. Lim leads one of this nation's most diverse, innovative, and entrepreneurial universities, a university that, as countless rankings have underscored in recent years, continues to serve as a launching pad for talented and determined students who arrive at our university with exceptional potential and graduate exceedingly well prepared to excel, to contribute, and to lead in the 21st century. Dr. Lim is the first Asian American to serve as NJIT's president, and he began his tenure in July of 2022 after serving as the interim president of the University of Texas at Arlington. Esteemed alumni and benefactors, students and friends, please join me now in welcoming to the podium Dr. Lim.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm going to add on to what Ken said just now because I cannot help doing that and going off script right off the starting point of my speech. For those students who are receiving scholarship now, that money is not yours. It's borrowed money. So we're going to recycle your scholarship when you're able to pay back. So pay forward. Thank you so much, okay? I'm thank you in advance, okay, for returning the scholarship so that the next generation can benefit from it. Something called a recycling scholarship. You know, if we recycle scholarship, where's Ken? We don't need Ken anymore. No, we won't fire him. We will get him to do something else, right? Yeah. We still need to increase our endowment. Well, thank you again, Ken. Thank you for starting this meeting off. And thank you, all of you. Thank you, all of you, for joining us today. To our alumni and friends, I can say without hesitation that you will be impressed by the extraordinary accomplishment of the remarkable students at your table. If you're a student, raise your hand. All right. You are remarkable. Okay? All right, good. I hope you enjoy your lunch, students, because there's no free lunch. Remember? Recycling scholarship. To our students, know that you're sitting with NJIT's most generous supporters and dedicated advocates. So if you're an advocate or you're a supporter, raise your hand so students can recognize you. All right? Thank you. These supporters and advocates, okay, they embody the 3 I's that we ask all our alumni and friends to practice. You know what the 3 I's are? Some of you have, how many of you have heard of the 3 I's? Not many. Good, because if all of you have heard of the 3 I's, I can save a couple of minutes and move forward to the next paragraph, right? So I'll spend a little bit of time on talking about the 3 I's, okay? And the 3 I's that we ask our alumni and friends to practice. Number 1 I, to be informed of what is happening at NJIT. To be informed, okay? The second I, to be involved with NJIT. The fact that you're here, you are involved with NJIT. And the last one, my favorite, to be invested in NJIT. Invested in your time, your talent, the most important of all, treasure. I love your treasure, all right? So, students, the supporters and alumni and friends here, they have much to share with you about the larger NJIT community to which you belong. As a student now, and soon to be alum, how many students are graduating this year? Oh, a number of you. Make sure you go to graduation, okay? Because I heard that the registration for graduation is slow, is not keeping up pace with last year. So please register. If not, then next time I'm going to put together a system to auto-register you for graduation. Right. Okay, before going any further, let me take a moment to acknowledge our special guests who have served NJIT enthusiastically throughout the years. So if I call out your name, just wave, okay? If all of you could hold the applause, I know you're exuberant, you want to hand clap, but do it at the end, okay? First of all, I'm pleased to welcome President Emeritus Joe Bloom and Dr. Diane Bloom. Where are you? Joe, Diane, I know I speak for everyone here when I say NJIT would not be where it is today without your leadership and your guidance and the team that you put together. Thank you. I tell everybody, okay, that I walk into a pristine institution. You always want to do that when you buy a house, right? You want to walk into a pristine property so you don't have to do a lot of repairs. I walk into a pristine institution. We are also pleased to have with us representatives from our Board of Trustees. These Board of Trustees members are one of the most dedicated alumni and friends of NJIT. So first of all, Peter Sistaro, class of 68, 23 honors, honorary doctorate. Peter just shared with me, okay, I don't hope you don't mind, that his grandkids, right, is calling him Dr. Grandpa. Because Peter received the honorary doctorate last year. Next is Vince DiCaprio, class of 72, and 20th honorary doctorate also. Vince, Vince, I think if you have spare time, we need you to come back and do more speaking. He did a phenomenal job. Was it last year that you gave the commencement speech to our PhD graduate? Best speech ever. Okay, I learned so much, even though I have a doctorate degree. Nick DiNicolo, class of 73 and 78, two-time alum. Nick spends more time here than almost anyone here, I think. I'm going to give Nick an office. In fact, I'm building you an office, Nick, so you can come and work for me. About time, right? Larry Raya, class of 65 and 21 honorary doctorate too. Larry, thank you. Thank you for joining us. It's always a pleasure to meet Larry, whether it's in New Jersey or in Florida. Good. And certainly, last but not the least, Jim Stamatis, class of 85. Where's Jim? I saw him just now. Oh, hi, Jim. Thank you for your support, for your contribution. Jim has a full-time job, and he still puts so much time, into NJIT. So thank you, Jim. We do also have, I think those are the only Board of Trustees member here today. I'm not missing anybody, I hope. Okay. We have 2 NJIT Foundation Board of Directors here in attendance. 2, okay? Al DeSeda, class of 84 and 86. Al, thank you, Al, for your contribution, okay? And also support of NJIT. And then Steve Saperstein, class of 84. Thank you. And Steve had a long, great career at Prudential, right? Good, yeah. I wish he's still at Prudential because I need money from Prudential. Who works for Prudential now actively? Because I need to talk to you. Prudential and NJIT are both anchor institutions in Newark. We should support each other, mutually beneficial. All right. Next, I'm pleased to welcome Matthew Hill, class of 99, who served as a member of the Albert Dorman's Honors College Board of Visitors. Matthew, are you here? Hi. Thank you for your support for Albert Dorman's Honors College. Because of Albert Dorman's Honors College, this institution is phenomenally highly ranked. Okay, because how many of you are honors students here? Quite a bit. Thank you. Thank you for your contribution. Okay, honors students get full tuition. I loved you because I'm asking you to recycle your scholarship later. Now, so thank you for everyone for all that you do for NJIT and its students. Thank you. I think all of you can agree that no one can be successful without the support of their loved ones, right? Okay, so in my case, I would like to recognize the love of my life, my wife, First Lady Gina Lim, who is on campus just as much as I am, and she has worked as hard as I have, if not more so, to help ensure NJIT remains a proud and strong institution. She's one of the most committed ambassadors of NJIT. Trust me, I know that. Finally, I do want to acknowledge the presence of the President's Council. These are comprised of the cabinet members and also the deans. If you're a cabinet member and dean, please raise your hand. We want to acknowledge you. Thank you for your support, for all that you do for NJIT. Thank you. Yeah. I think, John, this is your first. Oh, let me point out. Dr. John Palesco, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs. He's really the man in charge on this campus. I just go and have dinner and sweet talk to people to raise money. John is a one-time alumnus of NJIT. I'm not sure what year, but first PhD graduate of the Department of Mathematical Sciences. I've checked. It's true. He's the first one. All right. Phenomenal. John has hit the ground running, been here 10 months, I think. Okay. So, all right. Our collaborations have led to, our collaboration, I'm talking about the President's Council, the Cabinet, and the Deans, and John and I are joined at the hip in this process. It has led to the recent launch of the Strategic Plan 2030. And the Strategic Plan 2030, it could be 2031 or 2032, nothing magical about 2030, except that it sounds good. When you think about it, if I say Strategic Plan 2031, it doesn't sound good. Strategic Plan 2030, it could go beyond 2030, all right? Is to become a nexus of innovation, a nexus of innovation. As Ken mentioned, the majority of our, well, let me expand a little bit on the nexus of innovation, okay? It's to be the nexus of innovation. When I first came here, I told many of you that one of the reasons why I'm attracted to NJIT is because this is one of the most innovative and entrepreneurial campuses in America. Agree? And I've been to many places, Michigan, Ohio, Alabama, Texas. I joke about this before, and you should laugh after this. Not that I could not keep a job, okay? But I'm trying to gather all the best thought and processes, okay, so so that I can take the best idea to NJIT. Okay, so it's fitting that our strategic plan, okay, centers around innovation. If you look at many strategic plans of higher educational institutions around the country, you'll find that people dare not use the word innovation. Everybody has the word innovation in it these days. But many of them, innovation is not central to the strategic plan. For us, innovation is our strategic plan. It's just fitting that way, okay? And as we roll out our strategic plan, you'll hear more about that as well. So, so as Ken mentioned, the majority of our students require some type of financial aid of some kind, right? How many of you here who are students, okay, if you did not receive the financial aid, you'll be flipping burgers somewhere in Manhattan? Okay, won't shame you on that. I needed that assistance 41 years ago. I was a student, not here, in another Polytech University. This is better, I can tell you that. Because I came from a family with modest means. And that scholarship gave me an opportunity of a lifetime, really an opportunity of a lifetime. For me, flipping burgers in Manhattan is not even a choice. If I don't have the scholarship, I won't have the education. My children, my grandchildren benefited from it. For those who are students, you remember that your children, your grandchildren, or anyone that is tied to you, your loved one, will benefit from it. In fact, nearly 40% of our students come from families with extremely modest income, 40%. And a comparable proportion are first in their families to attend college. I, too, was a first-gen student. My parents never went to college. They don't know what college means, okay? When I told them I want to go to the college, they say, great idea, you're on your own. I firmly believe that any student with the determination and talent to attend NJIT, because it's getting harder and harder to come to NJIT, by the way, because it's so competitive. Any student that have the determination and talent to attend NJIT should have the opportunity to do so regardless of their financial situation. Scholarships enable talented students to have such an opportunity. That is why when we first came here to NJIT, Gina and I, we launched the so-called Highlander Promise Scholarship Program with a goal of making NJIT tuition-free for all New Jersey students coming from economically challenged background. We feel that anyone who wants to get an education from NJIT need not be hindered by the fact that there is not enough funding for that. So we continue to march forward towards that goal. In fact, many of you here supported that initiative. So if you did, thank you so much. And if you would consider that, we have a lot of development director in this room here who would be willing to talk to you on how you can set a Highlander Promise Scholarship under your name. I'm confident that NJIT will continue to pursue and achieve greater goals as we march forward to become, as I say, the nexus of innovation. You know, the nexus of innovation, back to it in a moment here, is really, if you think about it, it's like a smart city. I just came from a smart city conference downstairs this morning, and they're talking about how to envision what smart city look like to serve humanity. We're like a smart city. The nexus of innovation is really a physical and an intellectual focal point for ideas, actions, and people coming together to do what? To develop solutions to practical problems that humanity face. That's what we want to be. But you know what? Even for the boldest aspiration, like the nexus of innovation, I think that's very bold. Would you agree? I hope so. Even with the boldest aspiration to become a reality, participation and support of alumni and benefactors such as all of you are incredibly vital. We won't be successful on our own. So I'm excited for the future of NJIT with all of you supporting, cheering us on, helping us with your treasure. And I want to thank each and every one of you in anticipation of what we will achieve together in the years to come. Finally, because I know I'm between you and more conversation, please accept my gratitude for your generosity and for your continuing support of NJIT students. You have my endless appreciation and admiration. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Go Highlander! Back to Ken. Oh, okay. Hi, Marjorie. How can I miss you? You're staring in front of me. You know, Marjorie and I are such a great friends, okay, that we don't even think that each one of us are right beside us. So anyway, Marjorie Perry, stand up. Marjorie, also one of the most dedicated alumna of NJIT, former foundation board of directors, chair of board of directors, okay, and can I share this? All right, okay. She's going to be our commencement speaker, by the way, for this May. And will be a recipient of one of the honorary doctorates in May too, all right? I can't wait to listen to what you're going to tell us or teach us. Thank you, Marjorie, for all that you do. Thank you.
Thank you, President Lim. And congratulations, Marjorie, by the way. Soon to be Dr. Perry. Although the sweater she's wearing is very reminiscent of one of the schools that I happen to go to, and I've always been forbidden from wearing anything that's orange and black. I work at a better university, so anyway. On to more important things. I am now delighted to welcome to the podium our student speaker, Camilla Calle, a member of the class of 2024, to share her story and reflect on how scholarship support has played a pivotal role in helping her succeed here at NJIT. As a student in the Newark College of Engineering, Camilla is pursuing a degree in construction engineering technology. She is a first-generation college student, an executive board member of the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers, and the president of the Professional Women in Construction student chapter at the university. The chapter's mission is to support the next generation of women who are pursuing degrees in STEM, architecture, and other construction-related industries. It should also be noted that Camilla was the driving force behind the establishment of this new student organization. Camilla is also a proud recipient of the Padam and Rhoda Kabardar Highlander Promise Scholarship, a part of the life-changing program that President Lim spoke about earlier. With her eye toward graduation, she has already accepted a project manager position at Gilbane in New York City. So Camilla, please join me at the podium. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Camila Calle Estudillo. I'm a senior studying construction engineering technology, a first-generation college student, an Ecuadorian immigrant, and a proud recipient of the Padam and Rhoda Kabardar Highlander Promise Scholarship. I'm pleased to thank the Kabardar family and acknowledge the other donors present today for their generosity in making our dreams of an NJIT education a reality. My family relocated to the United States when I was only 11 years old. When my parents made this significant decision, it did not sound amusing to an 11-year-old who had to leave her extended family, friends, and childhood behind. However, my parents' difficult decision to leave the country they grew up in has changed my life for the better, and I stand here today to thank them. In moving to the United States, we had been shaped by many things. We had overcome the language barrier, learned from all the different types of people and cultures here, and adapted to the New Jersey sometimes pleasant, sometimes not so pleasant climate. I couldn't be more grateful for all my parents sacrificed and for raising me into the woman I am today. To pay them back, I'm motivated every day to make them proud by being the very best student and daughter I can be. Since high school, I have had a passion for engineering. When it was time to look for colleges, I was attracted to NJIT because it was close to my home. I did not want to leave my family behind and go somewhere far. So as soon as I attended an open house with my parents, I knew NJIT was the school I wanted to attend. One of my goals during my first weeks at NJIT was to find a community that shared similar backgrounds and goals as myself. Since it was important to me to get involved in campus life, I joined the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. SHEP welcomed me with open arms and provided a sense of familia when I was away from my own. As a result of my involvement in SHEP, I've had some of my best experiences during my time at NJIT. I was the Society's event coordinator and currently serve as the secretary, where I can utilize the strong leadership skills and networking skills I have gained as a member of this organization. Thanks to these opportunities, I met more students, I engaged with industry leaders, and developed better professional and personal skills. These skills allow me to establish a new organization on campus, the first ever student chapter of Professional Women in Construction NJ. Quick side note, as the president of PWC, I invite any interested students here today to join us as we're determined to grow this important student organization for women interested in architecture, construction, and engineering fields. As I near the end of my transformative journey at NJIT, I'm filled with a mix of emotions. My time here has been nothing short of life-changing, and I'm eager to give back to the community that has nurtured me. I plan to return as alumna and continue supporting SHEP and PWC, the organizations that play such a significant role in my growth. After graduation, I'll embark on a new chapter as a project engineer for Gilbane Building Company in New York. My professional goal is to become a project manager, and the challenges I have faced and the skills I have developed during my college years will pave the way for these. Being a scholarship recipient at NJIT is a testament to the amazing opportunities NJIT has to offer, and also its benefactors provide students. It's a recognition of my efforts and a tribute to my parents' sacrifices. Hailing from a country with limited public resources, this scholarship shines as a ray of my hope for my parents. It grants their daughter the invaluable opportunity to pursue an education, a privilege they were denied themselves, but will be forever thankful for. This scholarship brings me closer to my goal and my parents' goal of earning my degree. On behalf of all the scholarship recipients here today, I express my deepest gratitude for the invaluable support and generosity we have received from you, the NJIT scholarship donors. Your investment in our education has lightened our financial burdens, ignited our aspirations, and fueled a drive for excellence. Your belief in us has been a constant motivation, pushing us to reach for the stars. We're truly grateful for the difference you have made in our lives and your role in shaping our futures. Un agradecimiento muy especial a todos los donadores que están aquí presentes y a mis padres por siempre soportarme toda mi vida y a toda mi familia que me está viendo desde Ecuador. Gracias.
When I started as NJIT's 9th president, one of my top priorities was launching a special initiative to help hardworking students from New Jersey, regardless of his or her financial background. We are achieving this through the Highlander Promise Scholarship Program. As a former scholarship recipient myself, I can attest to just how meaningful this assistance is.
When I think of the NJIT student body, what I see is tremendous potential and curiosity for all things that the world has to offer. So in the face of reduced resources from public funding, the need and the importance of scholarships is really unparalleled. I established the scholarship in my father's name because NJIT has done so much for our family. Both my father, who got his master's in the 1980s, my nephew, who's a recent grad, and the fact that it is the #1 institution for upward economic mobility.
Scholarships are extremely important for NJIT. I know it in my own case. Neither of my parents graduated college. financially, they couldn't afford to send me to college. And today, college is so much more expensive. And when I see the type of students that NJIT has, they're very much first-generation college students. And my goal and my wife's goal is to make it easier for them to succeed. And that is heartwarming to me.
When I was looking at college, definitely finances come into effect. NJIT was amazing. They were able to offer me athletic scholarship and academic scholarship, which has been a lifesaver. I was recruited for swimming. You have to find a good balance between your studies and being an athlete. There's a group of 20 of us, New Zealand, Dubai, Poland, Croatia. I have these guys to be friends with all over the world now. NJIT has opened so many doors. I've talked to my professors about their life experiences and what paths they took to get to where they are. Quite honestly, if I didn't have a scholarship at NJIT, I don't think I would be fortunate enough to be studying here or competing here on the athletic teams.
Scholarship support is critical because it enables NJIT to attract and retain the best and the brightest students.
I chose NJIT because I knew that I always wanted to play soccer, but I also was looking for a school that prioritized academics. My experience has been amazing. I've made so many great relationships with both my teammates and faculty. This team is the closest team I've ever been on. I want to go into the medical field, so I've had a lot of opportunities to go to networking events and volunteering opportunities. I went to Hackensack Hospital where I was able to go around with a service dog on multiple floors. So we went to the oncology pediatric floor, and just seeing how big of a difference that 5 or 10 minute interaction really made me sure of my decision to go into the medical field.
These students come from New Jersey, they come from across the country, and they come from all over the world.
NJIT does understand the challenges faced by international students while applying for universities here in the US, and the scholarships and the aid that we get as international students is really a game changer. NJIT has opened doors for me academically, professionally, and personally. I chose NJIT because I was really into architecture program of the school. I always wanted a curriculum that was more studio focused. I think one of the fundamental experience that I had was last year when I received the award for design excellence my second year. It was a recognition of my efforts towards this major.
A lot of the students here are brilliant, and they're willing to work harder than most people. They're willing to put in the hours and hard work that it takes.
You're investing in generations of future students.
So whether it's a merit scholarship, an athletic scholarship, or a needs-based scholarship, I believe they're fundamental to creating a most diverse community, which creates diversity of thought, perspective, and really the skills for future leaders.
And the more that is done, the more successful NJIT can be, New Jersey can be, and the country can be.
Over 92% of NJIT students receive some form of financial aid. That assistance is vital because 40% of NJIT students come from families with extremely modest incomes.
If I didn't have the scholarship, I don't think I would be here at NJIT.
I was on the phone with my head coach, Coach Farina, and he was able to deliver me my athletic and academic package. I ran downstairs, I hugged my mom, and I said, we did it. I think NJIT has drastically changed my life. I think I'm much more mature now. I've learned how to be a better leader in the pool and out of the pool.
If I were talking to potential donors, I'd probably tell them that not only are they helping individuals and families financially, but they're also giving them that support that they're able to achieve their goals. Now, since receiving a few, I'm definitely looking to give back, and I think I see how big of an impact it has on the individual, but also the school as a whole.
If I were to create a scholarship, I would make it for a student who has a genuine passion for their chosen field, because often ideas are left behind when they don't have financial assistance.
You know, NJIT has long been an engine of opportunity. My vision is to supercharge that engine. Thanks to the generous support of alumni, donors, and friends, this vision is now becoming a reality.
let's thank you. And let's give another round of applause to Camilla for coming here and sharing her story with us. Very inspiring. We are tremendously grateful for you taking the time to be here, and your parents as well. So I'm sure your parents take great pride in all that you've accomplished already. Everyone at NJIT certainly does. So congratulations, Camilla. Allow me to conclude today's speaking program. I'll let you get back to your conversations by reiterating on behalf of the entire university community, but especially our outstanding students who are featured in this video, from whom you heard today at this podium, my profound gratitude to all of our alumni friends and benefactors. Your generosity has made and continues to make a significant difference in the lives of our talented students. You're enabling them to pursue their academic dreams here at NJIT. Your investment in their education not only fuels their success, but also contributes to the advancement of our community and of society as a whole. At the same time, your philanthropy instills in our students a sense of gratitude and a desire to pay it forward, ensuring that future generations of NJIT students will benefit from similar opportunities. I thank you for believing in our students' potential, and I thank you for your commitment to making higher education accessible, affordable, and indeed transformative. We hope you enjoy the rest of your time here with the recipients of your scholarships, and we also hope you will be able to join us again for next year's brunch. And we already have a date, so you can mark it in your calendars, April 4th, 2025. One final note before I wrap up. For those of you who may not have been on campus recently and may be interested in some of the changes that NJIT has experienced over the past 5 to 7 years, I do invite you to participate in some special tours that we have arranged for today. For those of you who are interested in a tour, please meet Sean Brennan. Sean, he's really tall, much taller than me. There he is, back there. Well, everyone's taller than me, so it's not really saying much. Just meet Sean in the gallery outside the ballroom at around 1:35 p.m. The tour will visit the Bloom Wellness and Events Center, as well as NJIT's outstanding makerspace facility. Thank you again. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all you do for NJIT, and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.